Hello students, welcome back to Tungal online classes. So let us continue our discussion. In the last class, we completed up to level 1. So let us start problems based on level 2. First question is, the sum of the series a minus a plus d plus a plus 2d minus a plus 3d up to 21 terms is. So here we have to find the sum of this series up to 21 terms. Now observe that all these terms forming a standard progression, is it AP or GP or HP? Can you see? The difference is here minus 2A minus 3. Here difference is 2A plus 3D. Difference is not same. So it is not AP. And what about the ratio? The ratio is also not same. It is not GP. And you can take reverse ratio and see the difference will not be harmonic function. So the given series, it is not forming a standard progression. Now in such case, how to take the sum of the series up to this 21 terms. Now observe the terms here. If I take the odd terms, that is a plus 2d, next a plus 4d and so on. What about these odd terms? So odd terms are forming AP because the difference is 2d. Next here we have a plus 4d minus of a plus 2d. Difference is 2d. So the difference is same for odd terms. Similarly, for even terms, minus of a plus d minus of a plus 3d. If you take the difference, we get minus 2d. So again the difference is same, means it is also forming a AP. So instead of directly taking the summation, what we do is we group these terms to two types. One is odd terms, another is even terms. Okay. So let us take the summation as S. So I will group odd terms first. A plus 2d plus a plus 4d and so on. Now in this odd terms, what will be the last term in these odd terms? So the last term will be a plus 20d because we are taking up to 21 terms. Next, from the remaining terms, I will take minus common, so it will be a plus d minus common a plus 3d and so on. Now here the last term will be a plus 19d. So these are the two groups we are forming, where both are forming arithmetic progression. Now in this, we will find the summation. Now observe these first terms, it is forming AP. Now totally we have 21 terms. Now in that 21 terms, you can see here A, 2D, 4D, up to 20D. So starting from multiples of 2 to 4 up to 20. Here we have 10 terms plus A, 11 terms. So in this first group we have 11 terms, means in the second group we have 10 terms. Okay. So here we need the sum of 11 terms and here we need sum of 10 terms. So apply sum of n terms formula using AP. So in the first group, first term is A. So sum of 11 terms is 11 by 2 into 2A. A means first term here A. Plus n minus 1, 11 minus 1 into d. What is the difference here? 2d. This is the sum of the terms in first group minus. Next, the sum of terms in the second group. The second group is also forming AP with common difference as 2d. So here 10 terms we have, 10 by 2 into 2a. A means first term, here it is a plus d plus n minus 1, 10 minus 1 into d. Here difference is again 2d. Okay, so just group the terms, then apply 2 APs, apply sum of n terms once. So here 2 we can take common and cancel. So 11 into a plus 2 cancel. So it is 10d minus, again 2 we can take common and cancel. 10 times 2 is cancelled. A plus b 9d. So it is 11a plus 110d minus 10a 9 10 10d minus 100d. 11a minus 10a is a, 110d minus 100d is 10d. So the required summation is a plus 10d. So third option will be correct. Now let's see next question. The fifth term of AP is given 1 by 6 and the sixth term of AP is 1 by 5, then sum of first 30 terms is. So in an arithmetic progression, we need the sum of 30 terms, sum of first 30 terms. Now in that what is the condition given? Fifth term is given 1 by 6 and sixth term is given 1 by 5. So let us take the arithmetic progression in the standard form. Let a plus d, a plus 2d and so on be an arithmetic progression. Now in this progression given fifth term is p5 1 by 6 and sixth term is p6, it is given 1 by 5. Now we need the sum of first 30 terms, that is S30 is made. Now form relation between a and d, first term and common difference using these two conditions. So what is the p5 means a plus 4d is 1 by 6. p6 means a plus 5d is 1 by 5. Now solving these two, let us subtract. So this is first equation and a plus 5d is 1 by 5. This is the second equation. So I'll take 2 minus 1. Solving 1 and 2 minus 1, a will get cancelled. 5d minus 4d is d. 1 by 5 minus 1 by 6. So d is 1 by 30. So common difference is 1 by 30. Now once we know d, substitute either in the first equation or second equation, then we can find a value from 2. A plus 5 into d, 1 by 30 is equal to 1 by 5. So a will be 1 by 5 minus 1 by 6. So a is again 1 by 30. So a value and d value both are same here, which is 1 by 30. Now what you have to find? We need the sum of first 30 terms, that is S30 is given. So we can write formula for S30, 30 by 2 into 2a. A means 1 by 30. 2a plus n minus 1, 30 minus 1 into d. D is again 1 by 30. So 1 by 30 we can take common, it will get cancelled. So 2 plus remaining is 29. So 31 by 2. So required sum of first 30 terms. It is 31 by 2. Can go for one question. Let's see next question. The nth term of an AP is given P and the sum of first n terms is S. The first term is. Now we have to find the first term of AP where the nth term is given P and the sum of first n terms is given small s. Then we have to find the first term. And you can see the options. They are given in terms of P, S and N. Okay. First term is given in terms of S, P and N. Now again let us consider arithmetic progression in standard form A plus B, A plus 2B and so on. So here what they given? Given that nth term is P, Pn is P and sum of the first n terms is S. That is Sn is small s. Now we have to find what is the first term. So what is A value? This is the problem. Now we know formulas for nth term and sum of n terms. So what is the nth term in AP? A plus n minus 1 into d is P given and Sn sum of n terms n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to given small s. Now solving these two, we have to find a value. Okay, solving the two, we have to find a value. Now for finding a, we have to eliminate d here. Okay, if you eliminate d, then we get the answer in terms of n, s and p. So solving the two. Solving our equations, n minus 1 into d, here we know n minus 1 into d. So how can I write n minus 1 into d as p minus a. So substitute n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is p minus a is equal to s. So n by 2 into 2a minus a is a plus p equal to s. So a plus p is 2s by n. So a will be 2s by n minus p, or we can write 2s minus np divided by n. So required a, that is the first term of AP, it is 2s minus np divided by n. So 2s minus np divided by n. You can take fourth option. Let us see next question. If A1, A2, A3 up to An are in AP with common difference d, then what is sin d into cosecant A1 into cosecant A2 plus cosecant A2 cosecant A3 plus cosecant A3 cosecant A4 and so on up to n terms. So in arithmetic progression, common difference is d given. Now we have to find this term sin d into these values. Okay. Let us take given summation as S, and you can see the options. They are given in terms of cot, tan, secant, cosecant functions, and we are having A1 and n plus 1 terms. Let us take the given summation as S. It is a sin d. Before that, given that the terms are in AP, so terms are in AP means you can write A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, and so on. to an minus 1. The difference is always same, which is equal to d given. Now let us take the given summation as s, which is sin b into cosecant a1 cosecant a2. Now that I will write in terms of sin, so it will be 1 by sin a1 into sin a2. Next 1 by sin a2 into sin a3, and so on. Last term up to n terms. So we need to find the sum up to n terms. So what will be the last term here? What will be the last term? Observe, this is the first term, we have a1, second term we have a2, and so on up to nth term. So up to nth term means the last term what will have 1 by sin an. Next term will be sin an plus 1. Okay. So a1, a2, a3 up to here we have an, because we need the n terms. So next term will be sin an plus 1. Now observe the denominator terms here. Sin a1, a2, sin a2, sin a3, sin an plus 1. Now clearly there is some similarity between the terms of this summation. Now a2 minus a1, a3 minus a2, an plus 1 minus an. The difference is same because the terms are in AP. So sometimes sin d will not be given. So even if sin d is not given, so what we do is we have to arrange that difference in the numerator by multiplying and dividing. So even if sin d is not given, we just multiply sin d and divide sin d, so that that d in the numerator we can write in terms of difference of denominator terms. Okay. So now multiply sin d, multiplying sin d. So I multiply sin d to each term. So here we get sin d, and here also we get sin d, and so on. Here we get sin d. Now what we do is sin d. So this d in the numerator we can write in terms of denominator terms. Here d I write as a2 minus a1. So numerator is sin of a2 minus a1, denominator sin a1 into sin a2 plus second term, observe sin d divided by sin a2 sin a3. So here d I will write in terms of a3 minus a2. Okay. So actually the difference we can write any terms, but to simplify these terms, what we write is d as a3 minus a2. So here numerator I can write sin of a3 minus a2 divided by sin a2 into sin a3, and so on. Now last term, here d I can write as an plus 1 minus an. So sin of an plus 1 minus an divided by sin an into sin an plus. Now expand numerator terms. Sin a minus b form, I can enter sin a cos b minus cos a sin b divided by sin a1 into sin a2 plus on second term again apply sin a minus b form, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b divided by sin a2 sin a3, and so on. Last term sin a plus 1 cos an cos of a plus 1 into sin an divided by sin an into sin an plus c. Now divide each of the terms and see what we get. See first term sin a2 cos a1 sin a1 sin a2. Sin a2 will get cancelled. Cos a1 by sin a1. So it is cot a1 minus cos a2 sin a1 divided by sin a1 sin a2. Now sin a1 will get cancelled. Cos a2 divided by sin a2 is cot a2 plus dividing sin a3 cos a2 sin a2 sin a3. Sin a3 will get cancelled. So it is cot a2 minus dividing sin a2 will get cancelled. So it is cot a3. So next we will get plus cot a3 minus cot a4 and so on. Last terms dividing sin an plus 1 will get cancelled. So cot an minus sin an will get cancelled. Cot an plus 1. So this is the sum of terms. You can see minus cot a2 plus cot a2 will get cancelled. Minus cot a3 plus cot a3 will get cancelled. Minus cot next will get cancelled. So what will be the remaining terms? So first term is remaining. You can see last term remains. Now before that all the terms will get cancelled. Okay. If you want, you can write one term before this and see which terms will get cancelled. Okay. So first term remains, then last term remains. So the summation is cot a1 minus cot an plus 1. So required summation is cot a1 minus cot an plus 1. So you have to remember this method of solving. Whenever we are given this type of terms in denominator, so that difference you have to arrange in the numerator. Even if it is not given directly, so what we do is we have to multiply divided by sin d, where d can be written in terms of difference of denominator terms. See next question. If ABC are in AP, then what is A into 1 by B plus 1 by C, comma B into 1 by C plus 1 by A, C into 1 by A plus 1 by B are in which type of progression? So given that ABC are in AP, using that we have to find these terms are in which type of progression. So take three terms A, B, C are in AP. Given that A, B, C are in AP. Using this, we have to find these terms are in which type of progression. See the terms A into 1 by B plus 1 by C, B into 1 by C plus 1 by A, C into 1 by A plus 1 by B are in. So what we do is, using ABC, I will arrange these terms. Using ABC, arrange these terms. So how to arrange the terms? First what I do is, each of these terms I will divide with ABC. Okay. So when ABC are in AP or any terms are in AP, if we divide a constant to each of the terms, still the sequence will be in AP, because already we studied if the terms of AP are added, subtracted, multiplied or divided by some non-zero constant, still the resulting sequence forms the arithmetic progression. So I will divide each of these terms with ABC. So let us divide each of the terms with ABC. Still the resulting sequence will be AP only. So A divided by ABC, B divided by ABC, C divided by ABC are also in the AP. These are also in the AP. Now cancelling A, we get 1 by BC, 1 by AC, 1 by AD. These are also in the A. So we have 1 by BC, 1 by AC, 1 by AD. But we need these terms. So to obtain the terms, what I do is, for each of these terms, I will multiply some constant. That is AD plus BC plus CD. So each of the terms are multiplied by some constant. Still the resulting sequence again will be in AP. So each of the terms I will multiply with AB plus BC plus CA divided by BC. Multiply AB plus BC plus CA divided by AC. AB plus BC plus CA divided by AB. So these terms we are multiplying with AB plus BC plus CA. So for the terms of AP, if we multiply some constant, still the resulting sequence is AP. These are also in AP. These are also in AP. Now divide separately. BC will get cancelled. So we have 1 plus AB plus CA divided by BC. AC cancelled. It will be 1 plus AB plus BC divided by AC. 1 plus BC plus CA divided by AB. So these are also in AP. I can divide separately here. 1 plus, taking A common and dividing B plus C by BC. So we get 1 by B plus 1 by C. Next 1 plus, taking B common, A plus C by AC. So it is 1 by C plus 1 by A. 1 plus, taking C common, 1 by A plus 1 by B. Are also in AP. These are also in AP. So if you observe the terms, in each of the terms we have 1 plus, 1 plus, but we don't need 1 here. So what I do is, from each of these terms in AP, we subtract 1. Now again, if I subtract some constant from each of the terms of AP, again the resulting sequence will be AP only. So subtract 1. Subtracting 1 means A into 1 by B plus 1 by C, B into 1 by C plus 1 by A, C into 1 by A plus 1 by B. These are also in AP. So the required terms, these are also in the AP. So the required answer is first option. You have to understand the steps. Given terms in AP, if we divide some constant, still it forms AP. After dividing, we are multiplying each of the terms with AB plus BC plus CA, still it forms AP. Now again dividing separately, we have the terms like this, where we have 1 in each of the terms, subtract 1 from each term, still it is forming the AP. So the required answer is arithmetic progression. Now this is one method of solving. Now you can use another method, because given that ABC are in AP, so you take any 3 terms which are in AP, take 3 values for ABC. Now substitute that values in this given terms. Now we will get 3 numbers. Now from that 3 numbers, we can decide will it be forming AP, GP or HP like this. So we can verify that. So we use another method, easy method by taking some numericals. So first given that ABC are in AP, second method of solving. Now to make calculations easier, take simple values for ABC. Let us take A is 1, B is 2, 1, 2, 3, they are in AP. Common difference as 1. Now for these values of ABC, now what are the terms here? Now what is A into 1 by B plus 1 by C value? 1 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, which is 5 by 6. B into 1 by C plus 1 by A value, 2 into 1 by 3 plus 1 value, 4. It is 8 by 3. C into 1 by A plus 1 by B value is 3 into 1 plus 1 by 2, 9 by 2. Correct? So these are the terms. Whenever we take ABC as 1, 2, 3, so the terms we are getting, one is 5 by 6, another is 8 by 3, next one is 9 by 2. Now what about these terms? 5 by 6, 8 by 3, 9 by 2. Are they in AP or GP or HP or AG? So first we will see for AP. See the difference, is it same? Let us take it as A1, this is A2, this is A3. So here consider what is A2 minus A1. 8 by 3 minus 5 by 6. LCM is 6. 16 minus 5, 11 by 6. And what is A3 minus A2? A3 is 9 by 2 minus 8 by 3. Again LCM is 6. 27 minus 16, it is 11. So clearly we can see that A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2 both are same. So A3 minus A2 and A2 minus A1 both are same is A1, A2, A3. These three terms are forming the AP. As A2 minus A1 same as A3 minus A2 same as 11 by 6. So therefore the given terms A1, A2, A3 are in the AP. So required answer will be AP. Now clearly it will not be forming a GP or HP or AGP. You can see the ratio will not be same, reverse ratio will not be same. So we will get the answer. It is forming arithmetic progression. Okay. So this is another method of solving by giving some numericals. First, what is the condition to satisfy? ABC must be in AP. When they are in AP, then only it will be AP. If they are not in AP, then we cannot say these are in. Okay. Let us see next question. If n AMs are inserted between 2 and 80 such that the ratio of first mean to the last mean is 1:3, then what is the value of n? So in arithmetic progression, arithmetic mean, we are inserting n AMs between 20 and 80 such that the ratio of first mean and last mean is given 1:3. So it is based on arithmetic means. So we are inserting n arithmetic means between 20 and 80. So in between 20 and 80, we are inserting n means A1, A2, A3 up to AN. Now when these numbers are inserted between two numbers 20 and 80, now when they are called arithmetic means, only when the resulting sequence forms AP. So this must be in the AP. Now here given the ratio of first mean, what is the first arithmetic mean? A1 to last mean AN. The ratio is given 1:3. Now we need the value of n. Now for that, this is arithmetic progression. First term we know 20. Now we have to find the common difference. How to find common difference? We know formula. when we are inserting n arithmetic means in between a and b, what is the formula for common difference? So d equal to b minus a divided by n plus 1, where a is the first term, b is the last term. So d is b minus e, 80 minus 20 divided by n plus 1. So common difference is 60 divided by n plus 1. So for this progression, the common difference is 60 divided by n plus 1. Now we will use this for finding n value. So what is the ratio given? Given ratio is the ratio of first mean. What is first mean here? A1 divided by last mean is an. It is 1:3. Now solve this. What is A1 means? A1 is the second term of AP. So second term of AP means it is A plus B. Next AN, it is last mean. Last mean, and it is which term of AP? In the AP total we have n plus 2 terms. So this is n plus 1th term, last but one term. So n plus 1th term. N plus 1th term means we can write A plus ND is 1 by 3. So cross multiplying, 3a plus 3d is equal to a plus nd. Solving, 2a is equal to n minus 3 into d. Now we need to find here a is 20, so I substitute a as 20. N minus 3 into d. Now we need the n value. So d is, we have 60 by n plus 1. So we can cancel 2 3 times. So 2 into n plus 1 is equal to 3 into n minus 3. So 2n plus 2 is 3n minus 9. Here is n is 11. So required n value it is 11. So just apply the condition. For that we should know arithmetic means what is the common difference. Once we know common difference, take the ratio given. By solving that, substituting a and d values, we can find required n value. Let us see next question. Let an be the nth term of GP. If sigma from n equal to 1 to 100, a to n is given alpha, and sigma from n equal to 1 to 100, a to n minus 1 is given beta, then the common ratio of GP is. So in the geometric progression, an indicates nth term of GP. an indicates nth term of GP. Now summation is given. Sigma from n equal to 1 to 100, a to n. Now let us take geometric progression. Since it is given in terms of n equal to 1 means a2, a4, a6 up to a200. N equal to 1 means a1, a3, a5 up to a199. So totally we are given 200 terms in GP. So let's take the terms as a1, a2, a3, a4 up to an. We forming a geometric progression. Now see what is the alpha value here. Given alpha is sigma from n equal to 1 to 100 is a to n. Now expanding, n is 1 means it is a2 plus a4 plus a6 and so on up to a200. So we are taking the sum of this even terms up to 200. Next, beta is given sigma from n equal to 1 to 100 a to n minus 1. So expanding the summation, we get a1 plus a3 a5 up to last one will be a199. So this is the alpha and beta values. They are given in terms of summation. Now we need the common ratio of this GPs. So what is the common ratio of GP? We can see the options. Now mostly they are given in terms of ratio. Alpha, beta, ratio is given. So let us find what is alpha and beta values. Okay. Now we will compare with the standard form of GP. A1 is first term we take A. A2 is AR square, AR cube, and so on. Let us compare these terms A1, A2, A3 up to A200 with the standard form of GP. So what we get alpha here from standard form. From standard form, alpha is A2 means second term AR, A4 means AR cube, next it is AR power 5 and so on, AR power 199. So this is alpha. Now what we can take common is AR we can take common. 1 plus r is common. So r square, r power 4 up to r power 198. This is alpha value. Now similarly, let us find what is the beta value. Beta value is A1 plus A3 up to A199. A1 means first term A. Next A3 means AR square. A5 means AR power 4 and so on up to last term is A199 means is AR power 198. Now what we can take common is here A common 1 plus R square R power 4 up to R power 198. So these are alpha and beta values by comparing with the standard form. Now we need the common ratio. What is R value? Okay. For this progression we need the R value. Now observe alpha and beta. Observe alpha and beta. Here into 1 plus R square R power 4 up to R power 198. Now here also we have 1 plus R square R power 4 up to R power 198. So if we divide, now these terms will get cancelled. So consider alpha by beta. Or you can take beta by alpha also, no problem. So consider what is alpha divided by beta. So dividing the two, the bracket will get cancelled. So remaining is AR divided by A. Total term will get cancelled and here also will get. So what is the required R value? It is alpha divided by beta. So required answer is third option, alpha by beta. Now how will you come to know that we have to divide, take the ratio alpha by beta or beta by alpha? Just by observing the options. So from options we can get the idea that required answer is in terms of ratio. So that's why we are dividing the alpha and beta. Now let us see next question. If L, M, N or P, Q are terms of a GP which are positive, Then what is the determinant of log m p1, log m q1, log n r1? So L M N are given, p q are terms of GP. Using that you have to find the determinant value. So here progression is not given. Let us consider the GP in a standard form. Now notation small r is used, so we cannot take common ratio as small r. So let us take the common ratio as capital R. Just the notation we have to change. So let us take the GP in the standard form. Let A, R square and so on be a geometric progression. So what they given is LMN or PQ are the terms. So P the term, P is L, Q the term, PQ is M, and R the term, PR is N. Now what is TP formula? It is A into R power P minus 1 is L, A into R power Q minus 1 is M, and A into R power R minus 1 is N. Now we need a determinant value where we have log L, log M and the log N values. Now instead of applying log to each term, so I will apply for one term, similarly we can write the other terms. Now this type of one problem already we solved, where we are written log for one term, similarly we are written for other terms. Okay, so I am going to apply for each of the terms. We will apply log for one term. Apply log here. Log L is log A into R power A minus A. That is in the form log AB. So we can write log A plus log B. Simplifying we write as P minus 1 into log R. So by applying log formulas, this is what the log L value, log A plus P minus 1 into log R. Similarly, we can write for log n. Similarly, what will be log m? Log A plus Q minus 1 into log R. And log n will be log A plus R minus 1 into log R. So this is log n, log m, log n values. Now we have to find this determinant value. Observe the determinant. We are having 1, 1, 1 in third column. Now to expand determinant, we will use the properties here, because direct expansion simplification will be lengthy. So what we do is, using the properties of determinant, whenever we have 3 ones, so we try to make 2 ones as zeros. Okay. So if 2 ones are zeros, then expansion of determinant will become easier. Let us take given value as delta. Given determinant as delta, we have log L P1, log M Q1, log N R1. So to simplify this determinant, I will make 2 ones as zeros. Okay, so I will apply row operations here. Apply R1 as R1 minus R2. I will write R2 R3. So change R2 R3 as, and write R2 as R2 minus R1, and R3 as R3 minus R1. Okay, so apply any of the properties where we make 2 elements as zeros. Now once 2 elements are zeros, then expansion of determinant will become easy. So applying this property, R2 is R2 minus R1 and R3 is R3 minus R1. So we get delta S so we are changing R2 and R3. So R1 is same log L P1. It is log M minus log L Q minus P 0. And R3 is R3 minus R1 log N minus log L R minus P 0. Right. So this is a determinant after applying the property. Now we'll expand expansion of determinant. So here we have more number of zeros in the third column. So I'll expand along the third column. Expanding along the third column. So we get plus minus plus minus plus. So these 180. Deleting the row and column. So we have R minus P into log N minus log L minus Q minus P into Q minus P into log N minus log L. Now remaining terms will be zeros. So I am expanding along the third column. This is what we get. Now R minus P into what is log M minus log L? Log M log L. You have to take the difference here. So what is the difference? Log A will get cancelled. Now Q minus 1 into log R, P minus 1 into log R. Log R is common. What will be remaining? Q minus 1 minus of P minus 1. So it is R minus Q into log R minus Q minus P into Q minus P into in the first one we are taken log N minus log L. So difference is Q minus P. In the first case we are taken log M minus log N. So the difference is log A will get cancelled. Q minus P into log R minus. Now we need Q minus P into log N minus log L. So this is log N minus log L. Difference log A will get cancelled. R minus 1 minus of P minus 1. 1 cancelled. R minus P into log R. R minus P into log R. So R minus P, Q minus P, Q minus P into log R. So both the terms are same. One is plus, other is minus. So total term will get cancelled. So we get the required determinant value, that is delta is 0. Okay. So which type of models are important? Some terms are given in GP or AP. Now we have to find the determinant value which involves in terms of AP or GP like this. So we will stop here. So try to solve the remaining questions. And whatever the doubts you have, small doubts, big doubts, doubts are doubts. So Just take a pic and post in the group so that we'll solve it. Okay, thank you.